Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back. It's been a long time. Buckle up, because it's about to get rocky. Welcome back to what I'm titling this video to the Dominoes Start to Fall Part 2. So, first off, cheers. A little bit different from the morning coffee that we're normally used to. I haven't been doing very many live streams. Let me move over. I'm using secondary screen here. I haven't got my OBS set up the way that I like yet. So it's going to be a little tricky for this one. I'm going to have to look on a side screen here. But guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I've been focusing on work. Work's taking the front seat, and everything else is kind of taking the back seat at the moment as far as the YouTube channel and stuff like that. But I just kind of wanted to jump back in and give you guys a level-headed perspective on it. I know a lot of people are going crazy. This is not the squeeze. This is FOMO buying. This is FOMO buying 100%. This is not the squeeze. Did you see any halts today? No. Did you see any halts yesterday? No. When we see this, when the squeeze starts to happen, you guys will start to see halts. So I want to jump right into it. And God, this is going to be a little difficult here. Currently saying about $26.90. And we're looking pretty good. So let me take a little peek here on the day. If you guys remember, if you followed the stream a couple weeks ago, about 21 trading days ago, we set this line here on May 27th, and we talked about this a few months or a month back, right? So a little bit more than 21 trading days. I set two date levels, or what the hell, time levels, right? I set two time levels. Let me go back to the 184 hours so you guys can see that. So where are they at? Over here, right? Let's zoom in. You can see one here on May 19th and another one here on May 27th. There was some DD that was floating around Reddit about, 21 trading days ago, and it was talking about FTDs and when they had to cover. And there was a new ruling that was set in place by either DTCC or the SEC saying that they had 21 days to cover from that date. So what I did was like, well, I don't know if it's 21 trading days or 21 days. So I made two time levels, one at May 19th, which is 21 days, and one at 21 trading days, which was today, May 27th, where we're seeing a huge rise in price here. A lot of price here. This is going to be very difficult for me to stream this. On the 4 hour, I'll just take it from the 4 hour here. It looks like we rose up from the bottom to the top here about 62% in the day. I know at one point we were around 50%. We started to pull back just before close here when we hit that resistance level at $30. And now my stream's bitrate is lower than recommended. So thank you a lot, internet. Whatever, we're going to keep going. If I get cut off, I get cut off, and it is what it is. So with all that being said, actually let me remove the display capture here, or the browser here, because you guys don't want to see all that. So we talked about this a few weeks back, and sure enough, it's come to fruition. 21 trading days later, here we are with FTDs. This is FTDs and FOMO buying. This is what's going on here. FTDs were made to cover per a SEC or DTCC ruling that happened today. That's the reason we saw a lot of this volume, and then FOMO stepped in. The good news is that this FOMO can trigger a gamma squeeze, because now there are a shit ton of options that are in the money. We'll be closing tomorrow if we can maintain this price level up here. We are overextended according to the RSI, and I don't like to see that. However, when you get into a squeeze, RSI doesn't mean anything. So on the 184 hour, we are overextended and have been so most of the day today, starting with pre-market this morning. We're still looking pretty good. You know, we're due for a little bit of a pullback here. And if we pull up a Fibonacci retracement, we can see that even with a pullback, we still have a little bit to go. We barely touched off that 38.2% level here on the Fibonacci, so we could go down a little bit more. Looks like 23.99 could be our 50% level down there, so we could drop down a little bit more, and that's according to the 4 hour. It's going to look a little bit differently if we take it down to the 1 day, 1 minute, and we just watch what we did intraday here. Let me see where we're at. Fibonacci start. I'll just start somewhere down here. So 24.02, somewhere in that $24 range, we could drop down below. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So we are in new territory right now. We know that pretty much every dollar or every couple dollars is going to be resistance. I heard Trades talking about $5 mark. Once we get past 30, it's going to be 35, 40, and so on and so on. $40 is a huge resistance level because of all of the out of the money, almost in the money options calls expiring. And I do want to give you guys just a brief rundown of the portfolio because we haven't done so. Things have changed since the last time I have done a stream, so let's just do a quick rundown. And unfortunately, I don't have all this stuff set up yet. I don't know why. Jeez. If anybody knows how to change this on Thinkorswim to where I can just click on it, because on my PC, my desktop, I can do that. Here on the laptop, unfortunately, I cannot. So currently in AMC, we'll go to active trader here. You guys can still see that I am currently 800 long, dollar cost average of $8.98. Up about $14,259.16 overall. Looks like we made a $5,800 profit today, or a gain today in the green. So yeah, not doing too bad over there. We did pick up some positions over here on FSR, and it's been one that I liked. I like the price point from where we were at. If I go on the 184 hour here, man, this is so hard to read. You can see I've been watching this thing since we made that climb up to $31. Almost got in at 21, waited, and then when it started to pull back, I just kind of waited and waited and waited. Once it dropped down below this level, I really kept my eyes on it. This level here at $12, I kept my eye. I bought somewhere around 10. I think it's 10.88. So let's take a look. We are currently 42 long at $10.88. We're up about $119 or so. 22%. I think we are up already on this. And I'm holding this for a little bit longer. I think once we break this, well, we broke the level here. I was thinking once we broke this level here of resistance at 1255, 1254, somewhere in there, that we would start making a gap up. We got through the next level of resistance here at 1353 fairly easily, fairly quickly. So if we can maintain above this 1353, we're going to start gapping up a little bit more. See if I can zoom in to see what the next level is for me. Next level of support, and I went ahead and set all these levels, these channels here, 1521. So hopefully over the next few days we can start making that run at 15. Probably will get rejected as we did here the first time we went back up there. It's a very solid level of resistance, so we'll see what happens at 15. I might go ahead and try to take some profits at 15 and reinvest back in once we bounce back off of this 13. But honestly, I'm not really worried about Fisker at the moment right now. I do have some Fisker calls here. Jeez, I wish I could even see the freaking calls. Maybe I'll just read them out on my phone. What else we got? I did. Let's see, did I double down on Rocket? No, I don't think I did anything with Rocket. I think we're just bag holding this thing. I mean, it's only 14 positions long here. Currently down about $74 over here. Dollar cost average is $23.80. What happened with Rocket, RKT, the ticker? There was an earnings call that came out, and then like right before close, before the earnings call came out, I went ahead, added to the position, I think 12 shares. So not a lot of money. It's just something that we're messing around with, where we think there might be some profit later on. But we're all in on AMC, and I still kind of want to play the market while AMC was playing out. And so we, just went ahead. We had some extra capital in the account. We just kind of took things down a little bit here to $23.80. So that's where we stand on Rocket. AMTX, I really don't even want to talk about this too much, but we're just going to check it out. Only 2 positions long here. Actually, you know what? I doubled down. Those 2 positions, we're messing around with this thing as well. Just wanted to play around with some things. Currently down about $28 here on AMTX. Amethyst, this one's a really... this one could be a huge play for the future. I just don't see anything panning out for a while. They have a little bit of debt. Upper management saying that they're not going to dilute, but I honestly think that's the only way that they can get to where they need to be and close out that debt is to dilute. If you guys are interested in AMTX, check that stuff out. They basically are it's a biofuels company. They or renewable gas company, right? So they somehow, with some magical process, they take cow shit and turn it into gas, like biodiesel or some kind of natural gas, right, with the methane. Some science stuff that I don't know that much about. So I think it could be a big play. Currently, I think it's like Nevada and California, they're U.S. Bases, and then they have something big in India. However, they're just, India's being hit really hard, so they're taking a pretty big hit because of the pandemic. So, AMTX could be a play for the future, so we're keeping our eyes on it. I just wanted to go ahead and throw a couple more cents over there since I had a little bit of extra capital. Sins, I think I added a couple more positions on Sins, maybe like 24, 25 more. Currently sitting at about 112 long, $3.36. Dropped it down from 375, so I think I added like 25 or 30 shares. I can't remember how much. We're down about $144 here. If you guys don't know, they are a CGM, or continuous glucose monitoring company for diabetics. So shout out to all my diabetics out there. Make sure you get that insulin, but they've got I'm going to be wrong, but I think it's a 30, a 60, and a 9, or it's a 90, 180, and a 365-day continuous glucose monitoring system that they're trying to work out. I think that the 90 is available, and I think their nearest competitor is like a 3-day. So check out Sensonic, ticker symbol SENS. These are long-term plays here. Not a lot of money, but if it pans out, I could, make a little bit of profit. The portfolio is looking very healthy thanks to AMC. Thank you, AMC. UPC, there's nothing new there. I don't even really want to talk about UPC. I'm just bag holding over there. So we went through Sens, went through Rocket, went through Fisker, went through MTX. I've got here's my option call for Fisker. I think I'm down like a little bit on this. These are $20 calls for July 2nd on FSR. If they get some good news, this is a risky play. If they get some good news, I think that they get a pop, and potentially I can make some money on this options if they just have like 1 or 2 good days to get up there. But I think between now and July, they should start to see the reversal, especially considering the fact that they broke through some of these levels of resistance here. So we saw the reversal down here. There's the bottom down here. They started to get that reversal. Now they're breaking through levels of resistance here, and they consolidated for quite some time at this bottom one, but I think they're on the way up now. They're starting to get that trend. Some good news has been coming out for them, so something to keep my eyes on. I just went ahead and threw a couple. I think I've got like 10 or 12 option contracts for FSR July 2nd strike at $20, right? So expiration date July 2nd there. Pretty cheap. I don't think I paid very much for those. I mean, 20, 30 bucks, maybe 40 per, so nothing very expensive. Not looking to see the kind of gains that I would have seen on AMC. I do have AMC option contracts here, and currently sitting at 26.82, so not too much going on in the after hours. My option plays, right? So this is what happened with AMC. AMC wasn't really doing too much. It was actually making some good moves. However, I was losing pretty big on the June 18th $40 strike price, and I'm like, all right, so we're getting to that 30 days. State of decay is starting to ramp up rapidly here. I'm within 30 days. It's time for me to go ahead and roll over these contracts. So I had 10 contracts. I think I average price of like $52. I cashed out, made like a $50 profit, and what do you know, like that afternoon, we started to see a huge rise in price. Those became extremely profitable, not for me, but for you guys. Hopefully you guys held on to them. They became extremely profitable, and I rolled into a July 2nd $40 call, but at that point we had already risen so much, I just got kind of busy at work, and I couldn't like just go ahead and roll over exactly at that moment. And I ended up rolling over the next day, and so I paid a little bit more. I only hold now two $30 strike price for July 2nd on AMC, and then I still have which actually had been the most profitable, up 1,100% on the January of 2022 $40 strike. Those have been super profitable. I feel like such an idiot that I only got one contract. My money was all tied up in AMC at the moment when I did that. And the only few times now, 3 losses in my trading career. 2 of those were AMC options, so I was a little worried because I'm new to options trading. And yeah, so I only got one at $90. They're up. They were up at one point today, 1,100%. So super profitable on that commie, and that's like $1,000. From $90. I mean. Very, very profitable for those January 2022 $40 strikes. I did pick up today when we started making this crazy run up here in the afternoon. Somewhere in the middle when we hit about $26, $27, I did go ahead and pick up a few more of the June 18th $40 strikes. Don't know if it was a good move. I picked up one, and then as we started to pop down here at this range, I started to pick up another 2 more. Waiting to see how we open tomorrow. Currently on those, we closed out. I was down $82. At one point, I was up like 80 or a couple hundred. When I got to ride this wave up, I was up a couple $100. However, I cannot day trade right now for another 5 days. I am already at the limit for the PDT rule. However, our portfolio, the last time we spoke, guys, I was at a $10,000 portfolio. Thanks to AMC, I'm now trading above a $25K portfolio. So Just kind of trying to get a little bit more liquidity in my account, and want to get to about 30,000 before I really start just taking advantage of those unlimited day trades. I have been trading space. We'll take a look at that. Ticker symbol is space, SPCE, but it's really Virgin Galactic Holdings here. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So as you guys can see here, I ended up buying, I picked up 200, day traded this earlier today. And since I'm at work, I'm not able to watch the market and see what's going on. It's very hard to look at volume and look at other things, the intraday minute to minute. So it's hard for me to day trade. So I've been very hesitant to do that. However, today and yesterday I made 2 trades, not a ton of money. I think I ended up playing an options play and cashed out same day yesterday, and then I played SPCE Virgin Galactic. They have a price target of $35, and I knew that it was going to start getting up there. Unfortunately, I was an idiot today. I just kind of pulled out too soon. Excuse me, I think I cashed out. I got in at it was like less than 1% on like 200 shares. So it wasn't much. I mean, like 30, that was like $50, right? So I'm not, I am still a little nervous when I'm trading on margin because I have such a huge amount of money in AMC. And I don't want to get margin call for any freaking reason. And I just don't want any problems there. So I try to close out any of those margin positions the same day. And I just didn't really have the patience, honestly, to trade Virgin Galactic today. And I went ahead, I entered the position. I made like $50 and cashed out. And I did leave a lot on the table. And let's see, I cashed out at 28.20. We'll take it from there. Yeah, so quite a bit here, about $3.80 times 200. Why do I even need a calculator for that? That's like $760 that I missed out on there, that I could have made on a little intraday day trade. But it is what it is. I was just being very cautious, and if I'm not like at my setup, I don't feel comfortable trading on $5,000 on margin. So was a little hesitant and went ahead and cashed out. But I still think that this is a good play. Virgin Galactic, again, their PT is $35. I think that they will reach $35. So I still think there is a day trade for tomorrow in the works. Looking at the RSI here on, what am I looking at? It's a 5-minute candle, 5-day, 5-minute. Let's look at the intraday here. So according to the intraday, we're sitting just about under midway here on the RSI at 48. So looking pretty good there. Volume stepped in the afternoon to really pump this thing up. Everything is looking pretty good for this. I still think they have a little ways to go. Honestly, I think this is a good day trade for tomorrow. I think it's a good opportunity if you guys can buy this thing up at a decent price here. It looks like we're consolidating around this 30.5 range here. Said we close at 31, currently sitting about 30.80. If you can get it for under 31, I think it's a good buy. I think you can make probably a couple bucks off of it. You could swing it. That's probably what I should have done. But again, on margin, and I don't really know what the interest rates will be to hold overnight. So I just try, anytime on margin, I try to dump same day. I try to just scalp it and take a little bit. And I was like, man, $50, whatever. I mean, I'm making so much money on AMC right now that I don't care about. It's not that I don't care. It's just that, like, I got work too, so I can't just keep watching this thing. And yeah, I said it, my price levels, my targets, and kind of where I want it to be. And again, that's my strategy, is know your entry point, know your exit point. Don't get greedy. That's like rule number 1. Don't get greedy, right? So I definitely abided by the rule here on Virgin Galactic. I still think it's a strong play for the upcoming days up till we get to that $35 point. I think that this thing can run up there. I think if you can get it for less than 31, I think it's a good buy for a couple bucks, right? Remember, don't get greedy. Take your 5%, your 10% if that's what you want. I'm shooting for 5 every time. I'm happy with 2.5, but hell, honestly, $50, if you can do that 3 times, or honestly, if you're not under PDT rule and you can make $50 a day, it's not bad. I mean, if you make $100 a day, that's even better. Let's say you make $100 a day and you're under the PDT rule. That's $300 a week. I mean, come on, guys. That's a good amount of money, right? You add that up at the end of the month, you're looking pretty good. You're making $1,200 a month extra income. Of course, got to remember to pay Uncle Sam that whatever 37% capital gains tax. But We're not worried about that right now because we're not taking money out. We're leaving it in our portfolio. That's what we're doing. We're trying to grow this account. The goal was to get to 25K. We got there today. At the highest, we hit 28K, almost 29K today. Thank you, AMC. And currently sitting at about 26,000 and some change. So looks like we'll close out our account about 25K today. I think we opened this morning at about 18. So looking pretty good. So, sorry to anybody who's watching who wants to see AMC stuff. It's been a while, so I just kind of wanted to go over. I probably should just change this topic here. It's kind of clickbaity, I guess, if I'm putting topics as AMC and I'm talking about other stocks. I just, guys, wanted to show you the portfolio and where we stand, what we're involved in here. So these are the 3 option contracts here. We're doing okay. We're only down on one of them. We're up about 1,000 on one and about 1,000 on the other one. So, and it's only between all of them, it's like 7 contracts. It's nothing really crazy, but they could, man. You can make some money. Options, you can make some big money on options, especially you can get in at a decent price. Unfortunately, right now, the way we see it is that there isn't really an attractive price. However, they're not attractive at the moment, but in a few weeks or a few days, if this thing really does get to that $1,500 price point, they're going to become very attractive prices, what we have currently. So you can always roll in, right? Just kind of layer in, buy a couple. As it goes down, buy a couple more, average your price down, play it that way. No need to go all in at one time. I try to tell that to new investors that I talk to. Let me see what we got going on here. Just get in a little bit along the way. If you're looking to spend $5,000, drop to $2,500. If the price goes down immediately after you buy, because that's just your luck sometimes, put the other 25% in. If it keeps going down, put the other 25% in. But know where your level of support is on a stock, right? So you got to know the position before you enter it, especially if you're spending a lot of your money, right? You don't want to just enter something because you see everybody else doing it. Just kind of look around at the positions and see where you think the level of support and resistance are. Watch the RSI. Look at your indicators. Use everything together, right? Are you going to try to enter in when it's oversold or overbought? Or are you going to try to wait for the pullback and get it when it's oversold down here? So use your indicators, look at your resistance levels, where it has been at. And of course, we're at a different area right now. We haven't been this high since like 2017. But you got to be smart when you're trading. It is your money, and you don't want to do something stupid, right? So I'm just kind of looking through here. Thanks to anybody who's watching. Let me see if I can pull this up. Where we got here. Sorry, I'm going to try. Oh, shit. I think I probably closed out. You know what? I can do it from OBS. All right. So, sorry. Just bear with me. It's been a while. I'm streaming like on a new setup here. I'm going to get this open. All right, cool. So, I appreciate the views. Anybody who's joining in here. Now we're going to start getting into the meat and potatoes here of what's going on with AMC. First thing I want to do is I want to go over to Fintel and see, because it's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy day. What is going on here? Fintel up, looking at the wrong thing. Look at that, man. I mean, I've been out of the game for so long here. 2 weeks gone. All right, so I'm going to pull over Fintel here so you guys can see if you haven't checked this out. I think I keep this link in the description box here. Looks like we are updated for today. Short volume ratio was 30%. Short volume 212 million, market volume in total was 697 million. Pretty outstanding on a stock that has a shares outstanding of 150 million. So it looks like there are 85,000 shorts available. Bar rate fee is kind of low, but we don't care about this information at the time. Just maybe you guys want to see it. I haven't seen it in a while, but again, I honestly don't care. That means nothing to us. What I think happened here today and what's been happening is that these are some FTDs that are covering from a month ago, from a long time ago. These are things that are covering now. But what's going to happen is that the higher we rise, the more out of the money call options become in the money. The market makers are going to delta hedge, and they're going to have to purchase these shares in case traders decide to exercise these options. So as long as we maintain this level here, We've been seeing some short selling. I mean, you see what the short interest was. Short selling is up high. If you guys want to watch Wrench Capital or who else has been talking about it lately? Jeez, he's pretty much the only one that I watch. Besides Trades, I just kind of hop on and see what he's talking about. You know, he's got good energy. I haven't seen Godpill in a while. I need to get on his channel. I just haven't really watched too much of anybody lately. Just kind of stayed away from the YouTube scene for a little bit, just letting everything kind of do its thing. And I've just been watching the stock here. Work has just really engulfed my life at the time. So we are looking okay, but again, we set this time level here for FTDs to cover. That's what they're doing. What it is, we started moving up. We've been moving up for the last like 2 weeks now, week and a half. We had a little bit of a pullback. And then you started seeing FOMO buying. A lot of this was FOMO buying. If you guys have watched the stream at any point or you're with me from the beginning, we talked about where I think this could go. I used to always get this question, where do you think this can go? You know, how high? When is it going to squeeze, right? We're not in the squeeze right now. How high? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that institutional ownership, these guys will start to drop out. I would not be surprised if they haven't dropped out already. They might start to try to do it early in the morning tomorrow and knock this thing out. I would imagine that's what we saw here in the afternoon when we reached that 29.76. I think some institutional ownerships pulled out their money. At this current time, I think it's kind of a dumb thing to do. However, we know that hedge funds could have borrowed those shares from institutional owners. They've got like 30 million shares. I want to say that's the numbers at 30 million, but I think it's more. I think it's a lot more than that. It's 30, 300. I don't remember. Who's that? Jeez, I can't remember the guy's name. I wish I could find which video was I watching here. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give you the video. You can check it out. LAG Hacks, right? Check out his video, LAG Hacks, all one word. He talks about the institutional ownership, and he has some really, really good, strong DD. So you guys watch him. I'm just going to be blabbing on, talking about where I think we're at. But I just kind of want to cool some people off. Like, we're not in the squeeze right now. And honestly, guys, don't be surprised if we see a bit of a pullback tomorrow. We are looking good on the RSI intraday here, but looking at the 5-day, 5-minute, we're just about middle. Looking at the 10-day, 30-minute, we are at the top. Looking at the 20-day, 1 hour, we are overbought. And looking at the 184 hour, we are extremely overextended here. However, a short squeeze doesn't care about that. Gamma squeeze doesn't care about that. So these things are all going to work hand in hand. We just got to be patient, ride this thing out. You got to be patient, right? This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the weak hands. This game is a ruthless game, and if you are very emotional about the money, if you can't look at red days, this ain't for you. This is not for you. We've ridden this thing out from highs to lows back when, $15 all the way back down to $8. And what do? We bought more shares. We kept holding. We bought more. We kept holding. We averaged our price down or averaged it up slightly. That's the entire time. All we've been doing is buying and holding, buying and holding. And that's what we got to keep doing to make sure that this thing has its squeeze. There's going to be a lot of scalpers and day traders that come in here and buy and sell, and they're going to make tons of money as well. But that's going to help to get us over that hump there. We got to get this thing pushing back up tomorrow. Got to keep it moving. We're starting to see the volume that we need, right? So one thing we always talked about was you need to see volume in the position here. I want to look at the 1 day, 1 minute and kind of see what our biggest amount of volume was. Looks like we hit, no freaking way, 22 million in 1 minute. Jeez. All right. That's pretty cool. 19 million there. We're finally, even on the low minutes here for the day, we're seeing 2 million in volume, and that's what we wanted to see the entire time. We wanted to see that volume pump in. We're starting to see it with the social media platforms and hashtags trending: AMC squeeze, AMC strong, AMC 5K, AMC 100K, all that kind of stuff, right? Those are good things. It's good to see day traders and scalpers step into this because it increases the volume, it increases the price. It starts bringing more FOMO buyers into the market. They start seeing that price. They're jumping on board. They're like, dang, this thing jumped 5 or 50% in a day, 60% in a day. But the guys that are doing that are watching these videos, who are trying to make a decision on when they should buy in, be very, very careful, right? be very careful and pick your point, pick your entry point, right? Know your entry point, know your exit point. This is your strategy here. This is my strategy here. You guys got to make your own strategy. I'm not a financial advisor, of course, right? I'm just a guy that's just rambling on YouTube here. Know your entry point and know your exit point. Follow your strategy to a T and do not get greedy. It's tough with AMC because I don't know where my exit strategy is, right? When I see this thing really start to just, when it's done, when the media is not covering it, when we start to see volume dying out, and volume's going to stay in it even on red days. You're going to see a lot of sellers, so volume's going to maintain high. When you see the shorts covering, that's when I'm going to be ready, right? But we're not even at that point. Shorts are not covering yet. Yes, they are covering some things from long ago, but most of the shorts, they're actually opening new short positions, and that's what I say. Go look at LAG Hacks, watch his YouTube video. You guys are going to see more shorts are adding to their positions. They're shorting this thing again. These guys never freaking learn. They're shorting it again. So this is just a big circle right now of them shorting the stock and getting screwed, and they're going to have to cover. So we're going to start seeing this more and more as we keep the price where it's at. You guys just maintain, diamond hand this thing. We'll get it there. We just got to be patient. Again, this is not the short squeeze. This is just FOMO buying and a little bit of covering. And pretty soon we're going to start seeing delta hedging, and we're going to start seeing gamma squeezes, right? If we haven't been seeing that already, we've probably already seen some of it. We're going to be seeing a lot more of it if we keep this thing going up, right? That $40 June 18th, that $40 strike, those call options, whew, a lot of them, right? A lot of them. There is a lot that they're going to have to hedge for if we keep this thing going up to that $40 mark. Sorry, guys, it's been a long, hot day out in the sun. If you're a fan of golf, check out the Travelers Championship, June 21st to the 24th. So you'll get to see what I do for a living outside of trading here. I just kind of wanted to talk. I haven't really been on stream, so a little bit lost here. Still really didn't do much to the streaming setup. Just wanted to kind of go over the numbers and kind of just talk about it, really. I mean, RSI, we're not doing too bad here on the 5-day, 5 minutes. But, all in all, and again, squeezes don't care about RSI. They don't really care about indicators. They don't really care about any of that stuff. So we're not doing too bad. 26.51. I mean, what are we? 1 cent down from where we closed today. Not bad. We were due for a pullback. I'm going to look back intraday here for you guys. Sorry. I mean, we were kind of due for a little bit of a pullback here. That 29 level right there. We see the double top. If we see the third one, we might get through it. So I'm going to start drawing some stuff up here of what I think. Although we're super far out here. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to draw it. Just want to try to put like a pennant out here and kind of see. Oh my goodness. Can I zoom out? There we go. It's close. It's actually not what I like. Oh, no. Let's do this. Let's go there. Maybe I should zoom out just a touch. Here we go. This looks a little bit better. I mean, there's a solid looking level of support down here at this this $25 range. If we start breaking below $25, I think that's when I'll be not really concerned, but we've got a long way to gap down. Just to take a break here. Look right here. This next level of resistance or previous resistance is now, as you guys know the saying, if you watched any freaking video ever on YouTube about trading, old levels of resistance become new levels of support. You guys already know that. So looking like right here about this 23.56, somewhere in that range. We've had a little bit of resistance when we broke past, so it could become a little level of support, although it just kind of kicked us down twice. Third time was the charm here. So I'm kind of expecting that might be what happens on on this $30 range here, but let me go ahead and set a little pennant up here just to kind of see. Oh my goodness, I'll have to probably extend that. It's so hard to see it. I'll probably clean this up tomorrow. I'll probably be I'll do a recap tomorrow for you guys as well. We'll just go ahead and do one. Oh no, that's not really what I want. It's gonna have to work for now. I'll just go ahead and extend this. Extend to the right. Let's extend this to the right. And at some point, we're gonna see a convergence here. I really don't want to have to change this thing too much, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Gotta go into the settings here. Go to time axis. Let's extend this. What are we at? 60. Let's extend this to like 300. See what happens. So either, yeah, it's 8 o'clock. So either my shit is like delayed. Be super shitty if I've been doing this whole thing and it's been delayed this whole time. 2651. That's pretty much currently what I see. Yeah. All right. So we're right on the mark here. I don't know why it didn't take us all the way to the I guess it's because it's the next day. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking for us to get a breakout pretty much upon open tomorrow morning. I mean, according to this. I mean, of course, this isn't super accurate. We'll see. Could be a little bull trap through here. You know. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave this up and see what happens upon open tomorrow. Just for the hell of it. So, guys, one thing I do want you to be cautious of are your option plays. If you have entered option plays like I did at the end of the day today, be very, very careful. That is money that you can very well lose. So you just have to be very cautious with your option plays. Hopefully, I mean, I know there's still people buying these options up. I mean, hell, I bought a couple more today, and they were looking really good. After I bought them, I could have made a nice couple $100 and just went ahead and sold them. We do have some time, but theta has kicked in. We did drop quite a bit, so I expect that I'll open up. I think I'm negative $82 on them right now. I expect that the market I'll open up in the red unless we get a breakout above this pennant here. We get a breakout, we start making that run up again tomorrow. Again, anything can happen. We could open the market and institutional ownership, they could freaking just dump most of their shares and start taking that profit. I mean, for most of these guys, they've been in for a very long time. Definitely before $15 they've been in. So at this point, they're up 100%, and a lot of them are probably up a lot more than 100%, like I am. They're probably up over 200% or more. They've been in since the $5 range, like BlackRock, Vanguard, those kind of guys that have been in for a very long time and hold massive positions. And when you guys start to see the selling, it ain't fucking apes. It's institutional ownership, and it's short sellers. Just remember that. Apes, real diamond-handed apes, they're not selling this thing. If I wanted to, I would have took the money already. You know how many times I look at my account, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much money. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it to make a lot of money. I'm in it to make life-changing money, not $15,000. $15,000 is nothing. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's really, in the scheme of it, it is nothing when you're talking about billions of dollars being moved around and traded, and how much money these hedge funds have shorted this position, billions of dollars. $15,000 is nothing. So when you start to see this thing, guys, don't be scared. You got to protect yourself and protect your assets in your portfolio, but you can't be scared, right? If you start to see it go down, it's time to buy more. Remember, institutional ownership, they're going to sell these shares. They're not going to hang on for a short squeeze. They really are not. They're going to take profits. Some of them may, but I think a lot of them will go ahead and dump their positions, and they will start to dump them very soon. Excuse me. We just need retail investors to step in and gobble up those shares. And at the end of the day, all of us, if we all, like everybody wants to quote the VW short squeeze back in whatever it was, 2008, I think was the year, or 2001 or 11, I don't remember. 5, 4, one of those years, right? At some point, I'm probably correct. VW and the German, it was Porsche and the German government, right? You had basically two entities that really kind of made that squeeze happen. You've got a shit ton of investors, retail investors. You've got a shit ton of institutional ownership and other, well, that's basically it, right? You've got those two. That's split between a lot. What did they say? The last count was like over 3.2 million individual investors in Canada and North America, or basically in North America alone, on the AMC position. 3.2 million different investors. And you've got the institutional ownership added to that, not to mention everybody else around the world who's holding this position. So, guys, if we can eliminate the institutional ownership, they go ahead, they make a little bit of cash, they sell out, we buy all that stuff up, we're going to be set, because we can hold this thing and we can really make it squeeze. Not this $50, not this $100 squeeze. We can really make it squeeze if we can get those shares from institutional ownership. So don't be scared when you see the price start to fall. It means time to buy more. Sorry, it's a little bit preachy, but we are so freaking close. I've been working on this since February. When I got introduced to this, my girlfriend came to me, and I've been investing for a couple years. And she was like, oh, I'm going to buy AMC. And I'm like, that's just a pump and dump. And then I started researching short squeeze. I have positions in traditional companies like Ford and AT&T and other things. Martin, a partnership with a pipeline company and some other stuff like that. And, 20%, 13%, little old investments. I mean, took me like 3 years to build up a $10,000 portfolio. And then when I started doing the research on AMC and GameStop and the short squeeze and what that meant, and I started to see the potential, and I had a buddy of mine from Chicago who reached out to me, and it was like, dude, this is the play. You got to look at this, this, and this. And when I started doing that research back in February, I realized that, you know what, this is right. I mean, the numbers don't freaking lie. So we've been holding. I've had so many people that I try to tell about this position, people that will actually listen, that want to invest, and I try to explain to them what's going on. And it's kind of hard to explain to a new investor like about a short squeeze and what's happening, and you can kind of show them the numbers, and they don't fully understand it. But when they start seeing the price go up, that's when you start seeing them buy. That FOMO buying is real. When they start seeing that price go up, then they start understanding, oh, okay, this is a real thing here. Yeah, we saw with GameStop. We didn't really know what was going on. We just know with Reddit or something. Get ready for the short squeeze. It ain't here yet, but it's coming. This is one more puzzle piece, right? This is one more domino that we need to knock over to trigger the next domino. And the next one is gamma squeeze. These guys are going to have to delta hedge for all these positions that are going to be in the money, all these call options that are going to close in the money. And if we get to that $40 one, it's going to be big. But the 41 has a little bit of time before expiration. They're 20-something days out until June 18th, so we're close. Not much time, but if we can get that one closed. So, guys, be patient. The squeeze isn't here yet. It's not happening yet. This is just one more thing to kind of trigger that. You guys might even see a gamma squeeze starting. It could be as early as tomorrow. Gamma squeeze could be tomorrow. We probably saw some of the delta hedging happen today. Gamma squeeze should start as early. Could, right? Could start as early as tomorrow, if not next week. Again, they have ammunition. They can short this thing out. Institutional owners can start to sell off their positions and make their 100%, and they'll be freaking happy with that and think that we just all go home and that's it, end of the day, right? We have been holding this thing for months, most of us, and this is not where we came to be. I didn't come here to be at $30 a share. I didn't come here to get car money. I didn't come here to get motorcycle money. I came here to get house money. So I'm going to keep holding this thing, and I'm going to keep playing this thing. And I'm still here. Just wanted to kind of log on tonight, talk to some of the guys and girls and cats and kittens and dogs and birds and whoever's watching out there. Just let you guys know that I'm still here. I'm not a shill. Yeah, I took a few weeks off, but it's just, work come first. At the end of the day, Work's got to come first. Got to take care of my priorities. Still doing some day trading, still making some money, still watching videos and learning more and more about AMC. And we're going to get better. After this golf tournament is over, I will kick back the daily live streams and daily day trades. And at that point, we'll be good. We're over that $25,000 PDT rule. So we should be able to just start making some more money from here. Keep investing into the portfolio and keep that thing moving. But just to reiterate, guys, this is not a short squeeze. This is just one domino to knock the next one being the gamma squeeze. We're going to start seeing delta hedging come very, very soon if we can maintain this price. When you start seeing the price drop, don't get too scared. I know people want to take profits. Hey, if you got to take profits, go ahead. You do you, right? I'm going to do me, and a lot of us apes are going to diamond hand this thing, and we're going to keep holding. But don't get scared. This ain't the short squeeze. It ain't over. It hasn't even begun yet. They're not really covering that many shorts right now. They might be covering a few. If anything, right now, like I say, go look at LAG Hacks video. You're going to see that they're actually adding more short positions idiotically. I don't know. Jim Cramer told them yesterday. I don't know. He said, you're idiots if you keep short selling the stock. He said, go home. Just forget about it. Just stop doing it. Whatever the hell he said, I don't know. The guy's a little bit old and senile at this point, but he had a point there. Stop short selling it, but you know, it's just more ammunition. These guys are going to have to cover. It's going to keep the circle going. So it's been a long video. We've been going for quite some time now, about 46 minutes. I didn't want to go this long, and I know I kind of dragged it out with the entire portfolio talk, but looking pretty good here. So guys, be patient. We're not there yet. Even if you just enter a position today, you see this thing going down a little bit, just be patient, right? Use the opportunity to average your price point down. If you just bought in today, you bought in at 29, your buddy just texts you, like, I text my brother, I'm like, you got to get anything in there, even if it's just one share. Get something in, and sure enough, he got in like 27. We hit 29. It dropped, or right after it hit 29, we dropped back down, and you know, he's a little bit negative, so it's a little sour right there, but it was just kind of bad timing. I just, like, at the point when we started making that run, it was very rapid, and I just, like, I gotta tell him, man. You know, I've been telling him for a while. He was invested a few times, and just gotta tell him, hey man, if you're not watching this, I know you're busy at work. If you're not watching this, you gotta hop on this thing because this train is moving. But this is not the short squeeze. This is just the beginning. This is a lot of FOMO buying, and in my opinion, from what I think, the DD that I've done, that this is FTDs from over a month ago that are just now starting to cover. These are FTDs from somewhere else, just starting to cover. We'll see on Tuesday. Remember, T2 on Ortex, right? When I start showing shares that have been covered, that's T2. Some of this stuff has been covered. We still have a long trading day ahead of us tomorrow, and the good news is we are consolidating up here at the top. Don't be scared when you see that we pulled back. We needed to pull back again. For you new guys here, Fibonacci retracement, we didn't even hit 38.2%. Barely bounced off 32%, pulled back up, and we're consolidating. We're consolidating at the top here. So very, very good move here in our consolidation. And we're starting to consolidate, you know, in the after hours. Unfortunately, it wasn't so much at the end of the day like Wrench Capital likes to see. We did have a nasty pullback. We got our bounce in the after hours, and we're just kind of consolidating, running a little bit sideways here. So this is good news that we are doing some consolidation. As you can see, if you can see down here, the RSI has reset itself. We're all the way back to the very bottom, pretty much at, you know, just starting fresh here, right at the almost at oversold here. So good news, we're back on for tomorrow. We keep this thing going. Just don't be scared. You got to be patient. Again, this is not the short squeeze. I can't repeat that enough. This is not the short squeeze. This is just the very beginning of the things that will kick into the short squeeze. Margin calls haven't really happened yet, guys. This is some FTDs coming from a long time ago, and people are FOMO buying because all you see in the news is people saying, oh, it's the short squeeze. Look at every single article that you're looking at. Matter of fact, before I get off tonight, let's go over here. Stock soaring, correction to AMC stock is soaring, leaving GameStop in the dust. What's the correction? I guess people got mad. See this corrections? This is, guys, this is funny because they corrected here, but the initial report was probably 4 hours before. In a squeeze made for the big screens, AMC Entertainment options traders place huge bets. I want to see how many of these talk about a squeeze here, because there is no squeeze. We see one there. I'll go ahead and click on this, see what the story is. Oh my gosh, that's too hard to read. Jesus, it's on the little laptop here. AMC Entertainment stock rocketed more than 50% higher on Thursday before pairing gains a bit. Oh my gosh, that's super weird to see. But this time around, fellow meme stock GameStop wasn't along for the ride. AMC shares, ticker symbol AMC, were up 39% to 27.09 in the mid-afternoon after setting a 52-week high at 29.75. GameStop, or GME, was down 1.6% to 248.75. All right, well, that's actually making my eyes water trying to read that shit. Anyhow, you get the point. If you look on anything, you're gonna just go look in these. You're gonna see they're talking about it. It's a squeeze. It's a squeeze because when it starts to pull back, they want you to forget about it, think that it's done, go ahead, cash out, take your money, leave, bada boom, bada bing, done. Right? Not gonna happen. This is not the short squeeze. Just keep that in mind. This is an opportunity to make money. You can make money on option calls. You can buy some more stock here. This ain't the short squeeze. This is just a little bit of FOMO and some FTDs covering here. But this ain't the short squeeze, guys. Dominoes are falling. They'll continue to fall. Look out for the gamma squeeze starting to happen. But these margin calls haven't happened yet. These guys are still short in the stock. So, I want to thank you guys, girls, everybody for watching tonight. I'm a little bit exhausted. Sun beaten down. Probably sunburnt. We went over the portfolio, we went over the strategy, or my strategy, which is know your entry point, know your exit point, don't get greedy, and stick to the strategy. And we just kind of did a recap here. Again, this is Dominoes Are Starting to Fall Part 2. We had the first one like a while back. We're going to see more, right? It's going to be a long process, so just be patient, guys. It's the one thing you have to learn. Big money is patient money. Nothing comes quick. Nothing comes easy. You have to be patient. You have to be strong-minded. This game ain't for the weak. So, appreciate you guys watching. Let's have a good day tomorrow. See you guys on